The new God of War game looks amazing. There, I said it. And if that hurts your feelings, I have great news. You can go play the old one. Seriously. The old game still exists. Kratos is still there. The axe is still there. The beard is still there. The angry walking is still there. Nobody came to your house and deleted your memories. But this is what gamers do now. They scream for years. It's the same old thing. Every franchise is stale. Nothing changes. Developers are lazy. They just repackage the same game and ask for $70. Then something actually changes. A new lead, a new angle, a different kind of story. And suddenly these same guys are hiding under the bed like the teddy bear winked at them. So which is it? Do you want change, or do you want the same thing forever, just with shinier lighting? Because I'm starting to think a lot of people do not want routine. They want sameness. And those are not the same thing. Routine can be healthy. Routine gives your life structure. Sameness is different. Sameness is fear. Sameness is what happens when you do the same thing over and over, because doing anything else makes you feel exposed. That is why some people don't play games anymore. They grind them. And listen to that word, grind. That does not sound like joy. That does not sound like curiosity. That does not sound like wonder. That sounds like a punishment you chose and then forgot you chose. You grind the same game. You rage at the same game. You scream at the same game. You tell everyone the game is trash. Then tomorrow you boot it up again. And one day you wake up mad as hell and you do not even know why. I'll tell you why. Because you tethered yourself to something you hate and called it a hobby. That is not gaming. That is emotional captivity with DLC. And this goes way beyond God of War. This is a life problem. People do this with jobs, relationships, politics, communities, friend groups, old habits, old fears. They stay in the basement with chains around their ankles, then complain that somebody locked them in. But the worst part, a lot of those chains are self-made. You made them, you fed them, you defended them, you called them tradition, you called them loyalty, you called them standards. But a lot of the time, it was just fear of change. And fear of change will kill anything inside you that wants to try. That defeatist attitude is poison. It tells you not to start, not to risk, not to learn, not to look stupid, not to be curious, not to admit something new might actually be good. So when the new God of War shows up, and it does not look exactly like the thing you already know, some of you do not evaluate it. You flinch, then you dress up that flinch as criticism. Now let me be clear. You do not have to like the game. You do not have to buy the game. You do not have to clap like a seal for every creative decision. But if your first reaction to something different is panic, rage, and 27 Reddit posts about how civilization is over, maybe the game is not the problem. Maybe you are. Look in the mirror. Are you the best you can be? Do you even aspire to be? Or worse, have you never even thought about it? Because that is the part that scares me. Not that some guy dislikes a video game. Who cares? The scary part is how many grown men have never asked themselves whether they are becoming anything. They just grind, they complain, they repeat, they rage, they call it personality, they call it standards, they call it being a real fan. No, sometimes it is just fear with a headset on. So here is my advice. If the new God of War looks bad to you, don't buy it. If the old God of War is what you love, go play that. If Kratos is the only version you accept, fine. But stop acting like a new direction is an attack on your manhood. It is a video game. And if a video game changing direction makes you feel personally threatened, that is not a franchise problem. That is a you problem. Me, I think it looks awesome. I think change is interesting. I think curiosity beats fear. And I think some of you need to stop grinding the life you hate and start asking why you keep choosing it. Because the old game still exists. The old life still exists too. But if you stay there forever, don't blame the world when you wake up miserable. You were not trapped. You were comfortable. And that might be worse.